Hey guys, my name's Stephen and I am from Auckland, New Zealand, and I started with the drop servicing blueprint back in April 2020. I first came across the drop servicing blueprint when I kind of got stuck down the rabbit hole of YouTube. I came across this guy, Dylan, and I checked out his channel. I saw that he was a fellow Kiwi and thought, let's see what he has to offer. And from watching his webinar, I was really impressed at the way he explained drop servicing, the way he ran it with his multiple businesses. And from that as well, I could actually see a much different angle of drop servicing because I had heard of it before, but I actually never heard of it being used in this type of scale. My situation before I got started though was I was working part-time. I was actually in a job that I'd been full-time in for about 6 years. And I'd just gone part-time because I decided to start a degree at university just to kind of get my foot into a different industry. But as you're all aware, a pandemic did decide to shut down the nation and close all the borders. And so that meant that I was stuck inside my home, and I wasn't going to sit back and just let the time go by. I decided I wanted to do something about it. I decided I wanted to start something, and I always had some sort of passion for online business. I always wanted to travel and have that financial freedom, and I thought this is a perfect direction. Now, my job did involve working in tourism, and like I said, the borders were closed, which meant there was quite a lot of uncertainty with my job and its security, even though I'd been there for about 6 years. The fact that I was part-time actually showed that my job wasn't secure because I had the intentions of leaving in the very near future. So I knew I needed to do something quickly. And fast forward a couple of months, my predictions were fairly right. And I have got to a position where I don't have that job anymore. But the silver lining of all this is that I did get started with the drop servicing blueprint. I committed to it, I worked hard, and I used that time where we were all in lockdown to actually grow my business or even start my business. And I actually generated my first sale within 5 weeks, and that was a sale of $5,500 right into my bank account all in one amount. And that's about 80% profit as well. Now, as for the drop servicing blueprint, I highly recommend it because it is an extremely well-structured course with weekly modules as well as a 7-day accelerator really to kickstart your business at the very beginning. And there's rarely any confusion or any areas where you feel lost within the course. The steps that are provided in these modules are really straightforward, and they're not limited to how much money you have or how much experience you have. Because at the end of the day, if you follow these step by step along the way, then really this business model is for anyone that wants to put in the work. And if you do have any questions along the way, then the Drop Servicing Blueprint has an amazing community on Facebook within a group that are there willing to answer your questions whenever needed. And I love asking and providing answers to any of the questions within the community, something that is really achieved in a lot of other Facebook communities where most people just sit back and ask questions rather than answering and helping each other out because they're all about keeping their things secret, where within the drop servicing blueprint community, it's not about keeping things secret. It's about being open with each other, helping each other out, providing each other with recommendations. Now, I did mention a little earlier on that the drop servicing blueprint was able to help me get my first sale within my first 5 weeks. But not only that, the drop servicing blueprint has actually provided me with a lot of skills within different industries. If it's like marketing, even just drop servicing, and like my company, I'm based in the animated video niche. But there's also another company that I'm starting up very shortly based in digital marketing. And so by using the skills that I learned through building my first business, I'm able to start my second business and get that running even faster than my first one. And not only that, I'm ready to scale my business to the next level with the Drop Servicing Accelerator Mentoring Program. And this will give me one-on-one contact with someone who's already in a position where I want to be with their business. And not only that, they'll teach me the techniques that they have used in order to scale their business to the moon so I can do the same. So I'd like to thank Dylan and his team for the Drop Servicing Blueprint and everything it has taught me. It's truly one of the best investments I'll ever make, and maybe it will be one of the best that you ever make as well.